My name is Caleb Burley, and I'm here to teach you how to get free feet pics.
Hello, I am Cordell, and you know what I fantasize about? Well-designed magic systems.
My name's Sammy, and Digimon Digital Monsters.
And welcome to Junk House.
It's a psychobilly freakout!
What's up, all you Junk House fans, you junkies, you junk people, you house bunnies, junk
bunnies.
Last time we said house junkies.
House junkies.
Junk bunnies, house bunnies.
What's up? It's another week. It's Friday.
It's Friday.
You're listening to this, and that means only one thing: a new episode.
Yeah, the one you're listening to.
And Dad's back with the milk.
Dad's back with milk.
Dad's finally back.
He came back.
He's here.
He got caught up. There was a really long line. He loved you.
Oh
no, how was it? How was the line, Cordell? You're back. Dad's back.
It's me, Dad.
While you've been gone, I don't know if you've been listening to the episodes, but we've been calling you
I've actually
Dad.
not listened to the show before.
Yeah, we've been referring to you as how the dad left.
Yeah, so that's very funny of you talking about yourself and the long.
Yeah, I thought you were like, Dad's back. It's Friday. It's from the store. I thought it was a non sequitur joke.
No.
It's
talking
I'm
about
the
you
joke.
being back.
It was a complete
Because
sequitur.
you've been busy.
Yeah, I've been very busy.
Well,
And you will be again, apparently.
Yeah. It's not over yet, but
Yeah.
we're somewhere.
Dad's back with the milk and then is gonna leave for some cigarettes here in a bit.
Yeah, I forgot my smokes.
Some jazz cigarettes.
That's kind of I like.
Is that weed?
Yeah,
That's weed.
That's
Okay,
another
that's weed.
nickname
The
for weed.
marijuana.
That's weed.
Well, we had. I mean,
That right
Well,
there, that's weed.
So,
yeah,
I need to clue the listeners into something.
yeah.
Clue us.
There's been a significant life event in my life since I've been gone. And that is that I've been doing a play that goes wrong. Best show I've ever worked on. It's been an awesome experience. It's been fantastic. The audiences have loved it.
Good.
Yeah.
What Caleb and Sammy know, because they can see me,
Oh,
but
no.
what the listeners don't know is that because of this show, for the last month of my life, I've been living with mutton chops.
No, I think they can. I think they can hear the '70s bass player like through the
vibes.
tone.
Yeah.
Like
Bridgerton
they're
changed
expecting
my
a
life.
porno to break out any minute.
Yeah. It's been funny because I've just had to live my normal daily life looking like this, and I'll be like in Walmart, just bebopping along, and Walmart people are giving me looks, which you know something's wrong in your life.
Yeah, exactly.
When Walmartians are looking at you like that. And I'd like go into the bathroom and look at my face in the mirror and go, oh, the chops.
That's
That's
like-
the issue.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also
I forgot.
interviewed for a job with these on my face. I think it went well.
Good. Okay.
I haven't heard back yet, but I
Well.
did interview for a job with them. The worst part about the mutton saga has been that I've officially become an Arkansas resident, which meant that I had to go get a new
Yes!
license,
Oh.
which means that on my official legal identification,
This is beautiful.
This is.
I have mutton chops.
Oh my
my
God. You look Amish.
This is
Right?
This is the best day of my life.
This is wow. I didn't know
This is
you were going to
incredible.
give us this gift. This
I
present.
thought you might enjoy it.
Not only did you bring milk, you brought a gift.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I
Papa.
bring frankincense.
Thank you, Papa. Thank you, Father.
Yes.
Oh
Thank
my
you,
God.
Papa.
Daddy's
No,
home.
I
and he
have
brought
had-
the chops.
This'll. I'll have
Oh
to
my
tell this
God.
story as like a whole segment one day. But there was one time where me going home in a theater costume without thinking about it
I love that story.
put 2 schools on lockdown, and I got the cops called on me. So,
Just tell it.
Like,
Just tell it.
is now the time? Okay.
It's a pretty
now's
short
the time.
story. Just tell it.
Yeah, because yeah, okay. So I was in the town where Cordell currently lives and where Sammy and I grew up. There is this thing called Spring Sing, which just kind of like takes over the town for a few days, basically. And it's basically all the clubs at the local college put on different themed shows. And when I was in high school, my mom was a sponsor of this club, of one of the clubs.
What club was it?
Regina.
Okay,
Yeah.
hell yes.
And Regina always did a show with their brother club, Chi Sigs. And
Beautiful.
the years I was in high school, they never had somebody to sing bass, like standing on stage with them through a microphone. And so I was like all region, all state bass singer. So I was like, I'll do it. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
One year, I believe it was my junior year. I can't remember exactly. The theme of the show was Prison Break. And I had just gotten a fresh buzz cut, and they gave me Sharpie tattoos on my face and neck and arms, and I wore a prison outfit for the show.
Like a prison jumpsuit?
Like a full-on prison jumpsuit.
Oh my God.
Yep.
And I texted my mom and I said, I'm really tired. Can you come pick me up and drive me home? To which she replied, it's just like a 10-minute walk. Can you walk home? And I said, yeah.
Sure.
My walk home went past the local private academy and a elementary school in the area. And so I just put in earbuds, put my phone in my pocket, and started walking because I was like, this is what I'm doing. And there were cars driving by giving me weird looks, and I was just kind of like, oh, hi, waving at them, acting like I normally do. Like, I did not act any differently until I get to a church parking lot, and a cop pulls in behind me and starts laying on his horn and flashing his lights and doing all the sirens and stuff. And I turn around and say, can I help you? And he says, don't you think this looks suspicious? And I said, no. What are you talking about? And then I look down, look up, and say, yeah, it does look suspicious. And I have to explain to him, oh, I'm in this show for Spring Sing, it's Prison Break. He does not believe me at all.
Of course, yeah.
And then he says, is there someone I can call? And the first name that came to my mind is two names. I said, it'll either be Steve Fry or Cindy Stockstill. So he calls both of them, and I hear both of them get verbally tired as they hear this explainer going on. And then eventually, like, they call, and I can, the cop eventually just kind of like hangs up the phone, and he says, you realize that you've put 2 schools on lockdown because there's an escaped convict in the area, apparently? And I said, oh, no, I didn't think about that. And he said, well, apparently you don't think very much is your problem. And I said, yeah, you're right.
Oh, God.
It's kind of fair.
Yeah, he's not wrong still.
I love too because Caleb doesn't like walk like your normal average Joe necessarily. He's kind of got a like hunched, disgruntled approach to his movement.
Yeah,
a little like seeing Bigfoot in the woods.
Villain. I walk like a Scooby-Doo villain.
Caleb could be any given Scooby-Doo villain.
Resting monster walk.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
RMW.
I also like my natural resting face is not one that you look at and think, this is a pleasant man who I want to give a hug. It's one that you look at and think, he would get a table for one at Chuck E. Cheese. Like that's the kind of
Oh no. Oh god.
and I know this about myself. Like it's not a good look, but it is.
But
my
it's just
face.
your face.
It's
Yeah.
just my face. Like I'm not a bad person. I just have a bad face.
I've always said that I have a dumb face. And everyone goes, "Oh, Cordell, no." But I do. Hear me out.
You do.
I do. If I'm just resting my face, there's not a thought on there. It is not a bad face, but it is not a face that you look at and go, "Yes, that is an intelligent man with a lot of thoughts." He's got those gears turning. You look at him, they're like, "Oh, that is a vacant stare.
Head empty. No.
That man has
thoughts.
never had a thought." So I get it. I don't have a mean face, but I have a dumb face.
Yeah.
I have just a natural resting, just very mean face, and I know this about myself.
What a good intro this has
What
been.
a great intro. I actually went to the private school that was locked down. So
Do you remember that day?
I remember stuff being locked down and them being like, "There's an escaped convict," but that's really it. Like I don't
It's
remember
your friend
specifics.
Caleb who you're podcasting with.
I know, which is incredible.
It was just me. I was just vibing. I
Just
wasn't
vibing.
doing any. I was listening to Paul McCartney. I was listening to like the Beatles and Wings and Paul McCartney shit.
Oh my god. I
Anyway,
love it.
you guys want to know how to get free feet pics?
Yeah.
Yeah, one thought though. I imagine the cop pulling up and like being like, "What are you doing?" You're like, "Theater. I love the arts." And you're like looking like you did with the buzz cut and the prison jumpsuit. You're like, I'm in a performance."
Yeah, that's pretty much what was going on. Is like,
Look, you can wipe
that.
the tattoos off of me.
Yeah, and like now I have like. It's so funny because now I have actual tattoos, you know.
And what are they? Because they're adorable.
Yeah, they're not ones that would be prisoner.
I have a medical ID tattoo that could be a prison tattoo.
It looks
that-
dope.
that
though.
one's- yeah.
Looks dope.
It's like I wanted it to look like a biker tattoo. One
Yeah.
is a rubber duck outline,
That was the
in-
more what I was meaning.
and
Yep.
the other one is the hang loose hand gesture on my right ass cheek. Like,
Which I've still yet to see.
yeah, I need
Just
to see
saying.
that too. I mean,
I'll show
your
you-
wedding is coming up.
I mean, yeah, you guys will be here for the wedding. I might get drunk and show some people my ass if they want to see it.
There
Who
might be a
knows?
little sneak peek.
You could
I
do
mean,
it sober
but-
too. I mean,
Yeah, but it's more fun when you're drunk. I feel like that was a Fall Out Boy song. I'm not entirely sure. It's more fun to show your right ass cheek when you're drunk. Anyway,
Free feet pics.
here's how you're gonna get free feet pics. And this is another story. And Cordell is now showing his feet on
Wow,
camera.
there's already some free feet pics.
There's already some free feet.
Video.
It's a good thing we don't video this like live.
yeah, we would have to monetize this episode because we would get so many views because
You'd
they'd be
be
like,
on-
"I heard there's a good foot."
You'd be on Wiki Feet so fast, Cordell.
I've got some legit, I don't think they're like beautiful feet, but they're appealing feet. Like they're not gnarly, they're not gross. I think they're a good slender width and a good long length. There's a demographic that likes my
Aesthetically
feet.
pleasing feet.
Aesthetically pleasing feet. You don't look at them and go, "Oh, feet." They're not like a ballerina's foot, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So unsurprisingly,
These feet have never worked a day in
my-
their life.
my life is always a little bit wild at all times, and people have hard time trying to tell what I'm getting up to. And I've been planning a wedding along with my fiance, and this is a fiance, and
Yeah, and you're the fetum.
no,
Two.
Supposed to be groom.
I'm the Groot, and
That's better. I'm an idiot.
And two of them is a greet.
so this whole time
I like
we have
that.
been this whole time we've been trying to find like a caterer and trying to do that, and we finally got an appointment with this like caterer who's like notorious in North Alabama for having like the best food, and it's so good. And he was like, we're gonna let you guys come to our restaurant, we'll give you guys free food. And we were like, heck yeah. So this was like 3 months ago, right? And we are driving up to North Alabama to try and like get into this guy's restaurant. And we show up and he's texted me and he's like, I'll be there today. And I text him and he's not there. And he doesn't show up. So I text him and I'm like, hey, like, what's going on? He said, I'm sorry, I'm not there. Tell the wait staff that I say the meal's on me. Don't worry about it. And so I tell the wait staff, I tell the wait staff and they're like, we need to hear that from Chef Troy himself or else we're not doing it.
Fair.
And he won't pick up the phone. So we just pay for the meal and leave.
God damn it. Okay.
So we're pretty upset after that experience. But
how expensive was the meal too? I just want to know how mad to be.
It was me, Olivia, and her parents, and it was like $80 for the meal. Like $20 each. But like we each got like a good amount of stuff. Like,
reasonable price for the fare you were getting.
Yeah.
Reasonable prices.
Still enough to be upset because the dude said he would pay for it and then they just didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't handle it.
So I text him and I'm honest with him and I say, look, like we're kind of upset about this. That was really unprofessional. Let's reschedule. So we reschedule, we figure out, and this is the new date, and this is where the feet pics come in. But I had to set that up before we got into it.
Caleb before the podcast said that I would remember this, and I only remembered the story halfway through that start. So now I remember.
So now
and I'm prepared.
We have set the time. We're going to be there at noon. It's about an hour and a half, 2-hour drive to get to the restaurant from our house. So I wake up, we get her, we go get breakfast. It's a good time. We're having fun. And Olivia says, text him now that we are leaving. And I say, no, it'll be fine.
Oh, okay.
Why would you say that?
Because I was thinking he's already stood us up once.
He can't do it again.
He can't do it again. Or
the fact that he stood you up the first time implies that he will again.
But in my mind, it was he stood us up once. If he wants to be reputable, he won't do it again.
Yeah. Yes.
That was my thought.
Got it. That makes more sense.
So we get in the car. And we start driving and going up. And I think, I'm driving at this point. So Olivia is going through my phone, putting on music, and she was like, I'm going to text him off your phone.
Okay, fair.
And I said, okay, I don't think we need to, but you do what you want. You are your own person. So she texts him. At this point, we're about 30 minutes away from our house, 30 minutes up the road.
Okay.
And then we hit a spot of dead cell signal.
Oh, no.
And 20 minutes later, we come out on the other side with a text from Chef Troy.
Canceling.
Saying, I'm so sorry. I injured my foot a few months ago, and I cannot be there.
A few months ago.
He's like old, so like injuries stick around longer, I guess. And then he was like, I was working a wedding yesterday and I was on my feet all day, blah, 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 whatever. And so I text him and say, okay, and that's it. And we turn around because at this point we're just like, whatever. We're going to take the money we would have spent at the restaurant and go get Wingstop because Wingstop is good.
It is so good.
Do love Wingstop.
We go to Wingstop. We go to, I think we were going to go to a card store, but it was closed that day. Like we just make the best of a bad day. We get home, we get to our house. We call a different caterer in the area and she said, I've got you. That's the only day I have open in November. You just call me and tell me what you want next week. And I said, okay.
Rock on.
End of story. 2 days later, it is a Monday. I am laying in bed. My dog is next to me, just taking a nap, living his best life. when who pops up on my phone but Chef Troy. And he says, "Sorry about Saturday. We need to reschedule so I can get you guys booked." I don't reply because I'm angry.
Yeah, of course.
Like he bailed
Right.
on you twice.
Yeah.
5 minutes later, I see Chef Troy, and then the message on my lock screen said 1 image.
No.
Yeah, this is
And
it.
I open up my phone to see a 60-year-old man's swollen foot with, and this is the kicker, a bullet hole in it.
What?
Yeah.
And he then, I am like in shock because I didn't expect this. And he says, "Sorry, shot myself in the foot. Had to go to ER."
Was that the injury from months ago, or is that a new foot injury?
Based off the foot pic that I got, it is fairly recent.
Now, Caleb, I need you to send the pic.
I will not send it because I don't want the other dear people in this server.
Send it in
Do I
our
s-
private DMs.
Yeah, private DMs.
Do I still have it, or did I?
If you
delete the
don't,
chat?
I will praise the Lord, but I have a morbid
I just
curiosity.
you can't tell the story and me not want to see the pic.
Okay.
I hate myself, but I have to.
I did what Caleb Burley's want to do, which is delete all messages out of frustration.
Thank the Lord. That's okay with me.
You gotta keep the receipts, my man. You gotta.
I will instead just tell you a little bit about the background of the photo so you can understand.
The environment.
This was not the environment. There was about 5 half-drank bottles of Coke in the background of this photo.
Okay.
Football on in the background. It is not football season, mind you. So this is him watching a rerun of a football game.
Oh.
Was it football season 2 months ago?
No, football season ended in February and doesn't start until like October.
Yeah, end of September.
What do I know?
October.
So he's watching a rerun of a football game. There's half-drink bottles of Coke and dirty dishes on the background. And his foot is propped up on a TV stand that looks like it is out of the 80s.
Could you see the game through the bullet hole?
No. Yeah.
Well,
If
You know,
only.
a guy-
If only.
a guy wants to know these things.
No, you could see muscle through the bullet
Oh.
hole and viscera. But it is just 60-year-old swollen man foot with a bullet hole in it. Just on my phone.
Cool.
And my first thought was I wanted to text him back and say, "You doing this for free?" Because like but I was like, he's not gonna understand how that's the funniest meme ever that I could have used in this time.
Yeah.
I wait 2 hours. And then Olivia gets home from her job. And I say, "You're never going to believe this." I tell her this full story about receiving the feet pic from good old Chef Troy. And I instantly then text him and say, "We will be going with another caterer," and delete everything.
Caleb,
Ugh.
Yes.
I think you could say you dodged a bullet. But Chef Troy didn't. Oh! Got him! Yes!
And you know what? I'm gonna
The
be
kid
honest.
is hot tonight.
The food at his restaurant wasn't that good.
Get
Ah,
him.
fuck
Get
you,
him.
Chef Troy.
The only thing that was truly great was the key lime pie, but that's fine.
It's hard to do that wrong.
It's hard to do that
Yeah.
wrong, but he did it exactly right, and I'm gonna give him credit for that.
I feel like Chef Troy could be a character we have on this show.
Oh God.
But I would need to think on it more because, I mean, old chef with a gun hole in his foot, like, perfect. But
Yeah.
why does he arrive? Just to let us
Why
down?
is he here?
He's
You
like
know?
Yeah.
vague, and like when you think about his voice, think like vaguely Cajun.
Then I think we should avoid him as a character.
Yeah. I've got,
I-
I'm from
We
an
should
actual
avoid
Cajun
character.
family. I don't want to.
Yeah, I'd like to avoid that.
You guys ready for a game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get ready for the game that I'm introducing. It's called Which Celebrity Made This Really Weird Tweet?
Yeah.
Welcome to Which Celebrity Made This Really Weird Tweet, where I'm going to read word for word a tweet from a celebrity. And in this case, if you can guess the celebrity, you win.
Okay.
If you can guess the band that the celebrity is from, that is your first
Ooh.
hint. You also win.
And we only have one tweet. This is just a singular whack tweet you saw.
This is a singular whack tweet.
Beautiful.
Got it.
Okay. I'm ready. I'm prepped.
Keep in mind, I will not be changing any of the words.
Yes.
So,
yes.
because there is a word that sounds like I'm replacing a much worse word. No, this is the word they're using.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Sup, ninjas? Yo, I've been studying primates lately. I'm talking chimps, gorillas, spider monkeys, orangutans, etc. They're all awesome in my book. So if you happen to own or work with one or more of these dope creatures, or if you know someone who does, please leave me a message because Ninja, I'd like to be your friend. Not because you're a great guy or anything like that either. Nope. The truth is, I'd only like to be your friend because you've got access to a fresh monkey. Before you go calling me a user, face the facts. The only reason you'd even let me meet that damn monkey is because I rap fresh. It's that simple. Shit. We should both be glad your monkey can't rap, because if it could, we'd both be asked out of this equation. So leave me your info, monkey nuts, and I'll bring the bananas.
Wow.
So we know it's a rapper.
We know it's a rapper. I feel like I remember a rapper saying ninja, but I don't remember who it is.
My first thought was like, they said ninjas. It's got to be like Ninja Sex Party, but they don't rap. And they're not this unhinged.
They do, but yeah,
They kind of do, but like they're not this unhinged on accident.
Yes.
So this is not a solo artist. This
No.
person raps
This
in a
is
band.
This person raps in a group/band,
Group.
whichever terminology you want to use.
Weezer. No.
Ice Cube?
Is that your final guess?
I don't know rap enough, so I'm just gonna say the first weird rapper that comes. Like Ice Cube's kind of odd, so I could say Ice Cube.
I will put it this way. This is a very specific style of rap, so maybe don't think of just like gangster rap style.
My brain said Migos, but I don't think that's
I'm gonna abstain from answering because I just don't know enough about the industry.
Fair enough.
some kind of mumble rapper. That's my answer.
Ooh, it does have mumble rap energy.
It does have mumble rap energy, but you should be thinking the Detroit rap scene, because this is the one and only Violent J, the lead rapper for
Oh my
Insane
God.
Clown Posse.
They
That
do
makes
say ninja
sense.
a lot.
Oh.
I recognize somebody saying ninja instead of the N word.
Yes,
And-
that was Yeah.
They do that a lot. Yep.
It was no one ever
God
expects
damn
the
it.
juggalos.
No
one
expects the Spanish juggalos.
I just want to say
The Juggalo Inquisition.
the opening of the tweet that I skipped because it would have given it away is
Oh.
personal serious message from Violent J.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Well, thank you for that. You said we couldn't do that very often, but we probably can. We can.
Yeah,
just
no,
find
there are a lot of
tweets
unhinged tweets out there.
of celebrities, especially.
Oh my gosh.
I'll do a segment where I read an unhinged tweet, and every week it's just my unhinged tweet, but you got to guess who said it,
Yeah,
and it'll be me every time.
yeah.
I like that.
Well, what kind of magic mechanics you talking about?
Yeah, I want to know about this.
Okay, yeah. So while I have been gone for a while, I've had a little bit of time to read, actually, weirdly enough. Of all the things I've not been able to do, my weird schedule has given me some reading time.
Fair, yeah.
So, I've been reading Brandon Sanderson for the first time.
Yes.
The king
I've
of
never
fantasy,
read.
basically.
Never read.
Neither have I until this point in my life. So, everyone always has a good place to start is the Mistborn series. They're very good. They're very well written. They're a great jumping off point into Brandon Sanderson.
Is Brandon Sanderson and Mistborn is the Shard Blades, right? Or am I thinking about something else?
Well, you might be thinking of
Or
the
whatever
Stormlight
Blades.
Archives
That's probably what I'm thinking of, yeah.
because
I think you're right.
Yes, that is Stormlight Archive.
the big thing
Yeah.
too is all of his book series are apparently interconnected, and the Stormlight Archive starts to reveal how they are.
Wait, so Brandon Sanderson is the dude I was thinking of, but it's not the
Yes.
Mistborn series. Okay.
Yes,
Gotcha.
different series.
Cool. Okay.
Which
I heard about him from Corridor Digital because Ren had talked about talked about it with a Audible commercial for everyone.
Gotcha.
Okay, sorry.
No. So one thing that just gets me going. I love well thought out magic systems.
Hell yeah.
I love when they're intuitive. I love when they have defined rules. And I love when the author intentionally keeps a little bit of those rules away from you and the characters, because there's more to learn and discover, but you know they're out there.
Yeah.
And you love the thrill of learning more. He's got all of it. He's got it all. I have loved, so the magic in Mistborn is called allomancy, and it is centered around metals. So
Okay,
there
already.
alloys.
alloys, yes. So what happens is an allomancer is a person who can consume a specific metal, and they call it burning it, where once it's inside their stomach, they intentionally use their store of it and draw a specific power from the metal.
Okay.
Damn.
So an allomancer, if they consume pewter, I think it is, gets super strong when they burn it.
Okay.
And we're talking little flakes gives you a lot. Like a little goes a long way.
Okay. Hell yeah.
But allomancers can only use one type of metal. Then there are Mistborn, who can use every allomantic metal.
Ooh.
They're fantastic. So, just the array of powers you know about in the beginning of the series. And they come in metal pairs, too, that impact things. So there's one metal will let you push on other metals, where you can send them away from you. But the neat thing is, if there's a metal on the ground and you push against it, it'll launch you into the air.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay.
So they're always dealing with physics. Like the main character is small, so when she pushes against a bigger person, she flies away. Usually. It's really dope. And they can also use it. The people who can only do this are called coin shots, and they literally send coins flying through the air like bullets, and that's how they kill people.
That's so
I dig
badass.
This series is dope. So the opposite of pushing is pulling, and these people can pull metal to them. And so that's how they will do all sorts of nonsense. No one can have metal weaponry in this world because an allomancer could just rip it right away from you.
Yeah.
So they will all use the Mistborns use glass knives.
That's so cool.
It's dope.
That's legit.
So you can push on metal, pull on metal. You can consume it to make yourself stronger and faster and more balanced, better senses. There's one that you can consume. The opposite of that will enhance your senses. And so you can like see further, smell better, hear better, but also you feel more pain when you use it.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. And the opposite of that one, when you burn it, it dulls pain too. There's one that'll let you push on people's emotions and heighten their emotions. And there's one that'll let you pull on them and like soothe them down.
Okay.
So that you can put emotions down and make them only feel the one you want. Then there's a metal that'll let you sense metals in the area and when other allomancers are burning metal. And there's one that'll let you hide yourself from other allomancers' senses. And so, like, it's just a really dope system. And there are all sorts of other magic things darted throughout the series. And most of them are just referred to very organically. And then as you go, he'll start, like, slowly introducing you to that actual power and how it works. It's just so good. It's so good. And the reason I tell you all of that,
yeah.
I want us to design our own magic system today.
Ooh,
Oh.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Or at
we
least
don't
the
have to
very
go
basics of it.
the very basics. So I just have 4 questions I want us to answer as we come together in this think tank to make a magic system.
Come together.
Right now.
Over me.
Doom, doom, doodle, doom. Yeah. The 4 questions here. What is the magic centered on? What is the cost? What is the effect? How has it impacted the world? I feel like those are a good base set of questions to start building a magic system. And I love magic systems, so I just want to see what we come up with just as a quick drive-by.
Mm-hmm.
Some that are always fun are the like magic as programming, magic as
Yeah.
math, like the irregular at Magic
Mhm.
High School. I'm always I like the 2 extremes. I like the magic as science, magic as math, and the magic as just a wild, crazy thing.
Yeah, I think another fun is kind of the sympathetic magic, where magic doesn't, kind of the Dresden Files magic, where there's not a one-to-one, it has to be this, but it has to have a significant symbolic meaning to you as the person doing magic. I think that one's fun too.
Yeah.
I like, and this is evident in almost all of the RPG settings that I write, the idea of magic is how I view religion almost, which is all religions are viewing the same thing through a different lens. And so magic is just like a third party that is out here that everyone somehow views differently. So to some people it is science, and to some people it is just a mystic thing they can't control.
Yeah.
Kind of like music, where there are a lot of musicians who will get mad if you say music is math. They'll like freak out at you because no, it's beautiful, it's artistic, it could never be so rigid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas I just as a musician who has done a lot of music stuff in his life, anyone who gets mad at you over how you interpret music is a dick, and don't listen to them.
That's
Yeah.
fair, yeah. Also, mathematically, like, the waves are at different frequencies.
Yeah,
That's
music
math.
music can be interpreted as math very easily. Yeah.
So, what's a good one we'd like to settle on is, like, what's our, kind of the way we interpret the system, but also, what's it gonna, like, what are we doing it about? Like, Mistborn is metal. There we go. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. What if we kind of go the Mistborn route a little bit, but it's
Okay.
food? Food is like
Oh.
this kind of, that could be played with like an interesting thing of like, not only is this resource, it's becoming scarce because not only it's for life, it's also used for all of these magical things as well. And we could play with like a society that is on the verge of famine because they've used too much of their food.
And they're
magic.
over consuming food because they're not they're not content to like. Okay.
Yeah.
What if
is that?
what if it's
do we
like-
want to go with that?
Caleb? Do you like it?
I dig it.
It got my juices flowing.
Okay, hell
So, like Mistborn, they eat it and they burn it. What if you use food for magic, you don't get the nutrients from it?
yes, because it uses up the nutrients. in
Yeah,
your
the
body.
Yeah.
You've got two tummies, your magic tummy and your regular tummy.
But
No, you got 2 tummy acids, and you get to choose which acid goes at it.
I think there are different types of magic users. I'm imagining really fat people that are wizards that can use their like fat stores because they're like
Oh yeah, because
used stored magic energy from the food.
What if the like kind of food impacts it too? So like if you eat an animal, you can like use up that food to get the kind of animal abilities
Yeah.
that animal would have. Or if you like eat a plant, then maybe you could photosynthesize and go longer. Or
Isn't this just that one hero's power from My Hero Academia?
yes and no.
But an entire society that could
Yeah,
it would
I
also
dig-
be really
okay,
cool
yeah.
because like master wizards would also be master chefs, and you would be
Oh, yeah.
combining stuff, so like you could make this amazing steak dinner that gave you like fire breath and you could fly, and then also you were super smart, like you could
Yeah,
do-
and obviously there are magical animals in this world too. So like you eat dragon meat, you breathe fire. I dig that.
I like this a lot. This is fun.
Okay, so what were you?
we should just have a whole episode where we fully like dive deep into this.
I'd
make like
love
a
that.
RPG, make like a RPG setting, and at the end turn it into a one-shot RPG.
Or it's
I'm-
just randomly in high seas.
Oh yeah, that worked. I was about to say if we
Well,
turn
you
it into a
can't say that
one-shot-
name yet.
It's randomly in
There we go. Yeah.
seas.
I'm so glad I haven't named my second campaign yet because
The fun thing is, mine is probably not actually going to be called that,
That's
but
fair.
it might be. But it might be.
It's
'cause
It's a good name.
It's a good name.
So we've got it. No, I would love to flesh this out more. This is what I get off on emotionally.
Oh.
mm, I
But-
see why you said we got your juices flowing earlier.
Oh.
Cordell,
Oh man.
Cordell did a cum under his recording table.
I was
Cordell
trying
coming.
so hard to not be sexual this episode. I was really trying. I was like
Well-
thinking about it in my break from the show. I was like, I make sex jokes a lot. I'm going to try to turn over a new leaf. Going to try to go cold turkey. I'm going to try to be not sexual for one episode.
You can do that as much as you want. I will continue to do it.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
I did a
same.
cum under the table. You got me.
We got him.
Yeah,
We
he
got him, house
came.
junkies. Come everywhere.
There's just cum everywhere. Don't open that magazine. No.
I can't open the magazine. It's glued together, basically.
I want to ask one more question about this magic system before we move on.
Well, we got to make we've
There's
actually kind
more.
of answered all the questions.
Yeah, we
no.
kind of answered them. We can still talk about it. We still got time. But I guess one question then, what does the idea of a lich, what is the idea of like when the supreme amount of this power goes awry?
What if
Like-
it's like, you know how like a star, when it has too much energy, will collapse in on itself? What if it's just like
Ooh.
this like withered person that's like super tiny because they went too much too fast, and then it just kind of like the magic energy kind of collapsed in on itself?
I have
Ooh.
2 thoughts that it could be as well. I really like the you get thin if you use too much magic. Like you get like all
Skeletal.
skeletal. There we go. Thank you.
Of course.
But what if I've got two ideas? The first is that we lean on just the way food is. Like, food gives us good stuff, but if we overconsume, it has negative effects. Like, do we want to just go straight with the, like, if you use too much magic, it starts wearing on your health too?
I mean, yeah.
Or we could combine them.
I think both. Both of them.
Both of those nuts.
Because
I can't.
it's like it doesn't work for your you're absorbing the nutrients as magic and you're like expending that.
That makes the skeleton make more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I guess that was the original idea. Is like you don't get any physical.
I forgot about that. So
that's also an interesting thing as well. I'm sorry, Caleb. Because people would probably just, for sustenance, they would just be eating the blandest food.
Mm-hmm.
And the only food that's actually good in the world is not even used for its nutrients.
Yeah, we've abandoned the joy of just eating.
Fuck. This is so cool.
I am in text chat sending the name of my OC in this world.
Okay.
And I want everyone to know that my name is Grimlock, the Diabetes Wizard.
Okay, but imagine how diabetes would work. Like, you could still, I mean, one, you can't eat sugar now, but you could eat a ton of sugar and use like specialize in sugar magic because you can immediately stop your body from consuming sugar you don't need.
What you're describing is my dream scenario, which is why my OC is Grimlock, the Diabetes Wizard.
Also, if you're like a master mage, you've earned the rank of glutton.
Yes.
Well, no, I mean, that's a good in title, but I'm realizing I was talking about like the fat people using their fat storage. That would be like this world's necromancer.
Oh yeah, that is bad food. Like, that's nutrients you don't want to pull.
It's dead food.
Yeah, which is dope. Fat necromancers, crazy. I'm there for that. And hear me out, the worst of the worst magic users in this world, cannibals.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that.
If you eat another person, you gain access to their power, both magical and physical.
I think we just have like a good basis for like a story that we write now.
Yeah.
This is really dope. Like, thank you for having this magical time with me. Someone's writing this down, right?
I have it in here.
Me too.
And
I'll write it.
We do have an auditory record.
I was about to say, we have an auditory record of this.
Yeah, that's fair.
Also, I just wanted to say real quick as an aside, because part of the reason I did Grimlock, the Diabetes Wizard, is because much like I love Brandon Sanderson, but I haven't read Mistborn, I haven't read Stormlight Archives or his Wheel of Time books. I read his children's book series that he has called Alcatraz versus the Evil Librarians.
I've heard about that. I heard it was really good.
It is incredible. There are two little things I want to mention that like I think are just like perfect junk house humor, which is at one point he writes a whole chapter that is very depressing about one of the characters like accidentally dying and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then the next chapter opens up with, well, that was bad. I don't like that. So replace that chapter 4 with this chapter 4 and then continue reading.
And he just left it in there.
He just left it in there and just retconned his own book in real time.
That's beautiful.
And the other thing I remember, this is in the second book. They're about to go fight like one of the big bads. Mm-hmm. And chapter 6 ends with, all right, what's the plan? And then chapter 7 opens with, good, we've got a plan. And then a character breaking the fourth wall and saying, and I quote, I know you're thinking, you don't know the plan. And when did you discuss this plan? between every chapter, all characters go and take a bathroom break, and we took that time to discuss the plan so that you'd have an element of suspense in not knowing what we do.
Incredible.
God
Like-
damn it.
I still remember this as an adult because that is just like the perfect
Yeah.
That's so
humor. Like,
funny.
There's also, because I've read about the Alcatraz books, but I've not read them. Their
so good.
powers are curses.
yes.
Like
Okay.
all of their abilities are them learning to use their family curses in a good way. So every member of their family, like one person is always late, always, but they use this power to be late to the bullet that someone shot at them.
Yeah.
So they're not in space when it was supposed to hit them. They're late to it. They could
That's so
theoretically,
cool.
I don't know if it's canonical or if it was a fan theory, but they could use it to maybe be late for death.
That is actually that I think that is actually in one of the books. I think that's in the 5th book. Is they're late to their own death.
So like that sort of thing. Or one person always like wakes up with like kind of a waking up on the wrong side of the bed with your looks. But is that in there, Caleb?
I
But
don't
they like
remember.
use it to basically shapeshift and do disguises because every time they wake up they look different.
I don't remember
Oh.
that part, but
That's
like
pretty cool.
I remember the one guy who's always late, which he's like really old because he keeps being late to like people shooting at him and keeps being late to that. The other part is that like it's supposed if I'm remembering right, the librarians are evil because they want these curses, and so they are doing stuff to try and kill kids with the curses and stuff and trying to like dumb kids down. And so I remember at one point they're like talking about the innovations of the librarians throughout the years. And at one point, Alcatraz, who's the main character, just goes up and is like picking up a teddy bear and somebody punches it out of his hand and it explodes like 30 yards away. And they're like, yeah, there's been a lot of bombings recently. And they just completely keep going.
Oh,
and it's
God.
like, yeah, like it's dark and so funny.
Like
it is.
he is truly, even only like a book and a quarter into his writing, I think he deserves all the hype he gets as like the fantasy author.
True.
He's incredible. And like, get this, with all of the stuff of like allomancy, being a mistborn, all the extra additional magics, do you know what the plot of the first Mistborn book is?
No,
It's a heist.
I fucking love that.
You have this whole society where there's the immortal Lord Ruler who has been a tyrant for centuries and has kept the slave populace so downtrodden that they can't possibly think to start a rebellion and fight back. Rebellions over the centuries have always failed very quickly. He's got inquisitors who are these people that have somehow got giant spikes gouged through their eyes.
Ooh.
And they're incredibly strong and powerful and can't be killed. And like all of this stuff, and it is a thieving crew who are trying to overthrow the Lord Ruler through a heist.
That's so cool.
It's incredible.
I
Oh,
love
So,
it.
yeah, love our magic system and read Brandon Sanderson.
We're calling it gastromancy.
Or gastromancy?
Gastromancy.
I love that.
Gastromancy. Okay, well, we read reviews and they're really bad, so guess the
The
movie.
movie.
Yeah.
Welcome back. So today we got a 1/2-star review. I'm gonna read it to you guys. You're gonna guess.
Half-star.
This is watched by Wang Wang. That's at least their
All right.
username.
Got it.
This turned out to be an unnecessary rewatch. Almost hated it when I saw it in the cinema, and it didn't bring any joy this time either. So those words are a little weird. Confusing and non-engaging, flat and boring, as if it weren't hard enough to keep track of what is going on. The monsters start to create clones, and then war begin between identical fighters. Who is good? Who is bad? Who cares?
Caleb,
I know
Caleb.
it. Caleb, at the count of 3, okay?
Yeah, do it.
Oh, I don't know if I don't know if I'm thinking of the same movie.
Okay,
I've got. Let me get the exact title.
My guess?
Yeah.
Can I give my
You
guess
go-
before
yeah.
I think? My guess is Us.
Incorrect.
Okay.
It is Pokemon the first movie.
It's the first Pokemon movie.
What?
The whenever I said monsters in the review is actually the word Pokemon. The Pokemon
Oh my
start creating
God.
Yeah,
clones
it is-
and then war
it is-
begin each other.
The acclaimed, beloved first Pokemon movie where they were like, oh, it's not engaging and I can't follow it.
Yeah.
Also, the clone Pokemon are not supposed to be distinguishable, but they also have
They
the weird
are.
spots on them. They're
Yeah.
very distinguishable.
They're very
but the whole point is
distinguishable.
they're the same.
Yeah. Exactly.
Idiot. I love idiots.
I'm going to read one more just because it's short and it's a positive review and it's fun. It's for the Pokemon. 3.5-star review. Mewtwo
that's positive.
ended racism. All right.
He did it.
We did
He
it.
did it.
Okay, so Digimon. Moving from Pokemon to Digimon.
Yes.
I love Digimon. We've talked about this a little bit before. Season 3 of the original series is goated, and some other ones too, but I like that one the best. But I'm doing a little game as well. We're kind of playing this the same as the high game, the weed game.
Mhm.
I'm not going to tell you the answer until the end, but
Good.
both of you are still going to guess. I'm going to be reading. I have 5. Yeah, I have 5 Digimon names. They're either real or they're fake. You're not allowed to Google. You know the rules. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start it off real easy with Black Seraphimon. Black Seraphimon. Is it real or is it fake?
Real.
I don't think that's real.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay.
So we'll have to remember our own answers.
Yes. Well, yeah. Okay. How about we're gonna jump up in the weirdness, unless this, we'll see what you guys think. Apochromon creepy mode.
False.
False,
That's
fake.
not real.
Okay.
For me, at least.
I'm gonna say that's real. 'Cause
Okay.
I feel like I've actually seen that card recently.
Okay. Yeah. You might have an advantage on knowing the real ones because of the card game.
Yes.
Unless, well, we'll see how it turns out
Also,
for you.
Sammy, do you have pictures available of the real ones for the end? Because you got to
do.
see those Digimons.
I do.
Okay, good.
Okay. The next one. Real or fake? Fake Agumon expert. Fake Agumon expert. Is it real or what's in its name? Fake.
I think I'm gonna fall for the bait and say real.
Okay.
I'm gonna say fake.
Fake. Cool.
Caleb and I have not agreed on a single one.
No, yeah.
Which that's great. I love that.
Yeah, I love it.
We got two more. Okay. Leopardmon, leopard mode. Is this a real Digimon or is this fake?
Fake.
Fake. Okay.
Fake. I'm with Caleb this time.
Okay. The only time you guys are together. And the final one before I reveal it all and we get the fuck out of here. Ice Devimon, Dapenmon, Enhancement Absorbent.
Real.
Real.
Ice Devimon, Dapenmon, Enhancement Absorbent. Okay.
Real.
So you guys remember all of your answers?
Yep, got them right
if
here.
If you
Okay.
go through and read them out, I'll remember because I.
Okay,
yeah.
so the first
I
one,
remember.
Black Seraphimon. Then we got Apochromon Creepy Mode. Then we got Fake Agumon Expert. Leopardmon Leopard Mode. And then that final one, Ice Devimon Dapenmon Enhancement Absorbent.
Yep.
All
Mine was
right,
fake.
okay.
Fake, real.
They're all real. All of them are real.
What?
I tricked you. They're all fucking real. They all exist.
She got
They
us.
all exist.
Incredible.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that was good.
We'll be
Send
dropping
pics.
pictures. The one that
Black Seraphimon.
that one was the first one. Seraphimon is one of the main is one of the main like Digimon. So I would
Yes.
Yeah.
Then
Fake
we got
Agumon.
Leopardmon. Leopard mode. Leopardmon is like a human knight.
Yeah, I can see I've seen that one as the normal.
Yeah. To describe them all really quick. So the Black it's just like an angel, but it's a demon because it's the evil version, which in Digimon is the black. Apocrymon is the antagonist for one of the series. It's like this giant apocalypse Digimon.
Yeah.
Fake Agumon Expert, which
Fake
is a real
Agumon.
Digimon, it's an Agumon wearing it's a black Agumon, wearing like it's like teaching garbs. So it's an expert. And then the crazy long one, I literally Googled the longest Digimon name, and it was Ice Devimon, Dipenmon, Enhancement Absorbent. And that is a penguin version of Devimon, who's got a little hat.
Yeah, good hat too.
It's a good ass hat. But yeah, that was kind of a quick game. I kind of just wanted to do the meme of reading you ridiculous names and then having you guess that probably most of them were fake and then all of them were real.
I loved it. Like, best segment of the episode.
Yeah.
Do you guys, for fun, want to know the number one card in the Digimon TCG right now?
Yes. And I also wanted to talk
It
about the
is-
most expensive card in the TCG.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I think Sammy's
I
looking
think-
it up.
Yeah.
I think I know it off the top of my head, honestly. The most powerful card right now is Imperial Dramon Paladin mode.
Okay.
B28112. It is a very good card if
So,
you're playing those colors.
Imperial Dramon is a mixture between Vmon. Actually, it's X-Vmon. It's Vmon's evolution. Yeah. And Stingmon. They become and there's like 3 different forms. There's Paladin mode. There's Imperial Dramon evolves from the DNA evolution, Digivolution. Digimon just has a lot of words.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is a lot of portmanteaus that mostly don't make sense outside of the context of knowing that it does this thing.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
There are also vaccine type
Digivolution.
Digimon.
Yeah.
There are vaccine
There's
type,
virus types.
Yep.
There's so many good games. One of the first games I ever played was I think it was Digimon World Dusk. Digimon World Dusk.
My favorite part of the anime was with the 3 tamers and their Digimon came into like the real world and they fought the Devas and they were like all the different Digimon.
That's that third season I've kept on talking about. That's my favorite.
That's my favorite.
It's really good. That one, and then I think it's called Digimon Frontier. It's the one where the Digidestined is what they're called.
Yeah, the Digidestined.
The Digidestined become the Digimon, and they have like a human mode and a beast mode, and that's crazy. Whoa. And then while they're the humans in the Digimon forms, they DNA digivolve. It's crazy.
Whoa.
It's kind of like having sex.
Nice. Did you ever see the Digimon movie where it was actually 3 smaller Digimon movies spliced together for an American release, and then they had the Angela Anaconda segment at the beginning?
And it's actually amazing.
I love it so much.
Yeah, one of my friends who's a huge boy movie snob.
Huge boy movie snob.
Huge boy movie snob. That's like he loves that movie. He says it's so a great movie. It's so fun.
My biggest connection to Digimon was, do you remember back in the day They had those
No.
little like 1 inch tall
I
figurines.
collected those.
I collected
I had
those,
so
and
many of those.
so many. I also would take them and all of my other toys, and I had like full on story arcs and plots and like
Same.
whole seasons, and for years I did this. Like, yeah.
My dad's a pilot, so as a kid I've been on a lot of planes, and I had a very active imagination, and a lot of times when I would get a window seat, I remember as a kid looking out the window and imagining some of the Digimon were like following me and were like going on vacation with me.
When I was a kid getting on planes, I was always scared the window would open and my toys would fall out the window into the ground below, and I'd never get them ever again.
I've never been on.
I know.
I've only been on one plane that I can remember, and I've never been on a big plane. So
That's crazy.
Yep.
Well, Caleb, imagine a car, but there's so many more people. More like a bus, but there's still so many more people, and it's loud, and your ears pop.
I don't like it.
It's not that loud.
Well, there is no quiet on a plane.
Yes,
is what I'm getting at.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. It's not like loud, but there's no quiet.
Dislike.
The most expensive card is Omnimon BT1084 alternate art.
Because it's an alt art.
Yep. I was about to say, like, that's like the good thing about Digimon as a game is like normally the base card is not very expensive. Like, I think the most expensive, just like basic normal art card is like $30-$40 or something like that. But, which is still expensive for a piece of cardboard. But
this one,
the
like
alt arts is where it gets really expensive.
Yeah. This one, you can only get it if you won or like were in the top of a competition. So it's the value is between $3,000 to $400.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe that.
That
makes sense.
Good time, Digidestin.
Good time, Digidestin. I've been playing Magic the Gathering a lot more recently, and I did a cube draft with some people.
Whoa, I've never done cube.
It's fun, and the cube we did was really fun, and I made an artifact deck that's kind of slow but has been murdering people.
I did a cube draft this morning.
Ooh.
And I pick one was Elish Norn.
Oh, dang it.
And so I just built, because there was a lot of stuff to support white weenies. And I was like, you know what?
White weenies.
There's a lot of stuff in this world to support white weenies, Caleb. Check your privilege.
We'd like to thank the Reverend Horton.
No, that's probably right. Let's do this. Let's move on.
Thank you to the one and only Reverend Horton Pete for letting us use their theme song, or letting us use their song Psychobilly Freak Out off of the album Smoke 'Em If You Got 'Em as our opening and closing theme song.
If you want to follow us on Twitter, it's just Junk House, but the O in house is a 0 because somebody else took the first one. And they don't use it.
I will get that Twitter handle. I'll get it. If you want to send us an email, you can do so at junkhousemailbox@gmail.com.
And as we say every week,
could you hand me that crusty magazine? I think I could get the pages open.
Only if you promise to never leave again, Dad.
You know I can't.
Fuck!
Goodbye.
No, he's leaving right now.
I'm doing it. I'm going.
It's a psychobilly freak out!